An award ceremony and cocktail was held last evening at the Prime Minister's residence, where a number of high institutional awards were handed out. The event formed part of the activities for the visiting high-level Catholic delegation headed by His Eminence Renato Raffaele Martino, the first cardinal to ever visit SVG. Those who were granted awards were Governor General Sir Frederick Ballantyne, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, Deputy Prime Minister Gerlin Miguel, and Bishop of the Kingstown, the Most Reverend Jason Gordon. Addressing the gathering, Sir Frederick Ballantyne said he thought the visit was very opportune, as it comes just after this country celebrated its 35th anniversary of independence, when Vincentians need their spirits lifted.
Just before Christmas, when we reminded of God's promise to all of us, I know that his visit would uplift the spirits of all of us, and maybe it would be so uplifted that we would find our neighbors.
On behalf of the Constantinian Order, Cardinal Martino expressed his sincere thanks for the kind welcome by the government and people of SVG.
I am delighted to be the first cardinal to have visited St. Vincent and the Grenadines on this much anticipated visit, which has at its heart religious and charitable endeavor. I would like to thank, in the name of the Constantinian Order, the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and most especially the Prime Minister, the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, for his invitation, and to the Governor General and the leader of the opposition for receiving me during this visit.
Meanwhile, Cardinal Martino outlined that the Constantinian Order is an ancient and internationally recognized Roman Catholic order, which works for the glorification of the cross and propagation of the indifference of faith.
Today, the order manifests these principles through charitable and humanitarian assistance focused on those most vulnerable in society. Uniquely among Catholic orders, the Constantinian Order and its sister order, the Royal Order of Francis I, continues to play a significant role across the world in furthering interreligious understanding between the followers of all faiths and of none. Nevertheless, we remain true to our Roman Catholic heritage and proud of its diversity.
Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves says the visit of Cardinal Martino is one that they will be building on. The Prime Minister noted that he was particularly pleased to hear that in the funding cycle for 2015, there are a number of charitable projects earmarked for SVG through assistance from the Sacred Military Constantinian Order of St. George.
Schools that they visited, and I singled out here Sister Naira, who has been so ambitious for St. Benedict's, building upon the work of Father Roberts. I feel sure that many members of the hierarchy of the Catholic Church would from time to time think that Sister Naira was a little bit too ambitious. And then I know that there are persons in the government, in the state administration, who thought so. But she and I have always tried to keep the faith together. And we must never forget the work of the Benedictines, the priests who have been here, who have helped to develop schools. For example, Charles Verbeek, and the center which has been named after him has been burned to the ground, and that was seen by Sir Anthony and by His Eminence. And of course, we must remember the Clooney sisters who have promoted education, the two convents and of course the Christian brothers from Canada who had established the St. Martin's.
SVG is said to be ahead already with carbon neutral energy. This is according to Director of the Richmond Vale Academy, Stina Herberg. Carbon neutral energy is used in the context of carbon dioxide releasing processes associated with transportation, energy production, and industrial processes like the production of carbon neutral fuel. Herberg says that SVG is already ahead, having started the investigation process on geothermal energy, and that the Richmond Vale Academy is also playing its part in the process.
To be tourist in St. Vincent because it's carbon neutral. People talk about Iceland. Iceland is only using clean renewable energy. People are talking about that. If we have clean renewable energy here, of course it's a very big investment, very big job. This will attract tourists, no doubt. What we've done here at the Academy, we have made a biogas digester. You can see it outside. 1.5 kilo of kitchen waste. You know, banana peel and all of that stuff, right? You just throw it out. You can make gas. You will save some dollars. So 1.5 kilo kitchen waste makes 5 hours of cooking gas. This is also something people like to see. Not just here, many places. We're looking for funding. So anyone who hears this and want to get on board, call us. We can implement this model for 100 families in Chateau. And we can start tomorrow.
The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union will convene its second annual education conference here this week. The two-day conference will be held on Monday and Tuesday under the theme Responding to the Extant Challenges of the Teaching Profession, New Challenges, New Approaches. This event will take place at the French's House commencing at 9 a.m. each day. Participants will be drawn from all educational institutions, the Ministry of Education, and other relevant stakeholders. Over the two-day period, they will consider a wide array of issues and concerns affecting the teaching service in the state and craft appropriate strategies for responding. The Education Conference is now an annual fixture on the Union's calendar of activities to mark Teacher Solidarity Week. This year, the activities are being held under the theme Engaging Teachers as Vital Partners in the Education Enterprise, Going Beyond the Rhetoric. This week's activities begin tomorrow with a church service and culminate on Saturday, November 15th with a social activity. Another highlight of the week will include the annual Solidarity March and Rally, which commemorates the teachers' strike of 1975 that resulted in the tear gassing and the arrests of a number of teachers here.